Alright, put that in there. Sweet. Okay. Let's see. Alright, I guess we better head out and look at what we're up for. G'day everybody. Welcome to episode number 1 of The Administrator. We're here on No Man's Land, which is the map that we're using for this one. And I work for a company called Global. Now what Global do is they purchase properties. Let's get that out of gear. They purchase properties, farming and agricultural properties, that have gone into administration. Hence why they call me the administrator. Now my job is to come into places like this. Basically Global purchase these properties, they pay off all the debt, and then they send me in to set these farms up and to get them operating and to get them profitable again. So that's what we're looking at here. It's something a little bit different for me. This farm has always been a straw harvest farm. That's a contractor's farm over there. I probably will be needing to go and see the contractors at some point to organise some work for them to do while I'm trying to set this up. But what we need to do at the moment is we need to check out what's going on, have a look at the farm, and see where we're at and just take a gauge of what needs to be done. So this farm previously it produces straw pellets, which are then used to feed animals and stuff like that. So I haven't done the administration on a farm that does this. So the company Global have sent out, prior to me arriving, have sent out a pile of equipment and some workers. Global is a big company. It's a very big company, so we should have a lot of really good equipment out here. Looks like that might be the farm over there, so we'll head that way. So we should have a lot of really good equipment. They usually have an assessor supervisor come into places like this and look at the existing equipment, and if anything's worthwhile they keep. If it's not worthwhile, then they basically sell it off and restock with all of their own equipment. So quite a lot of pressure. I've been given all of the equipment. Yep, that's it there. I've been given all the equipment, and Global also give me, for a project like this one, they give me 300,000. And that 300,000 I need to use to get everything up and running. So let's have a look here. So the place looks a bit overgrown and weedy. They were previously, as far as I'm aware, they mow off the grass, they create hay, and with that hay they basically produce pellets in one of these sheds here. I'm not sure which one. So we'll have a look around the farm. We will see what we're up for. It looks like there is a bit of equipment there. That excavator looks to be old, so alright, let me see. Park this up in here. There we go. A little bit further in. That's it. Park brake. Turn him off. And out we get. So I filled this up, and I also put a pile of diesel in here as well and filled that up with diesel. So let's see if any of the workers are around. I assume that they're probably not. We've probably got a maintenance guy on site somewhere, but I don't think the rest of the crew. Let's try and get in this door here. Alright, here we go. This looks like it's my office come couch sleeping place for the duration of this rebuild. So that looks pretty cool. Alright, we'll close that off. It's a lovely day out here. Absolutely beautiful. Well, I think we might, let's have a look. I might jump in here and we will turn this on. Where's that? That's right there. Okay. That should be alright. So it's going to be a big challenge, especially when you consider that I am probably going to have to use contractors to assist with a lot of the work that we have on and a lot of the work that we need to do here, but we do need to like have a look around and work out what does actually need to be done. So alright, I might just leave this idling, I think. Let's see. So this looks like the yep, this is the workshop here. They've already given us a fuel tanker, some implements here. Would that be a spreader? And well, that's not parked up very well. I don't know who delivered that, but it's not parked up very well at all. We've got a semi out there with a flatbed that will come in very, very handy for what we need to do. Okay, what have we got in here? Oh yeah, a little lunchroom. Perfect. Alright, it's quite a big shed, isn't it? It's a very big shed. Does it have lights? Yes, it does. Lovely. Okay. Alright. What have we got over here? That's a big excavator. It looks like that one might have been one of the carryovers from the previous company that were running this. So Global have probably thought that it might come in handy at some point. Disc harrow. Let's have a look at what it is. It's a Case 490 disc harrow. Okay. As I said, they usually have a supervisor fly in. He assesses what needs to be done here, and he organises the appropriate equipment for what we need to do and what we need to achieve. It looks like a little Kubota there. And what's that? Let's have a look out here. Oh yeah, a little Kubota yard tractor, a little compact tractor. That looks pretty cool. And what's a Massey? Well, there we go, a Massey 5713S. Okay. That doesn't, for the size of this farm, doesn't seem like it's appropriate enough, unless it's just a run around in a sort of a shuttle tractor, which it might be. We could probably use that to shuttle stuff around when we need to. There's another bucket for the excavator. Let's have a look at this shed. What's this? Let's jump out. Oh, okay. It's a storage shed for an overhead crane. With an overhead crane, so I assume this is like a warehouse, I'm guessing. Some sort of warehouse, maybe? Okay. Oh, I keep going to the wrong side. Okay, the last property that I administered was in England, and I'm used to getting into the other side of the car, so you'll have to bear with me a bit. Okay, put that on. What have we got here? A couple of weights, some water. Got a header out here. Oh, they've sent us one of those new class Convio. That's a Convio 1230 header, which means they've probably sent us one of those new. Global just acquired a pile of brand new class harvesters. So got a cleaner. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, not all of this equipment stays on the farm forever. It's only here while I'm getting this this farm up and running and getting it out of the trouble that it was in. So some of it will stay and carry over for the farm manager when they send a farm manager out after I've set it all up. And the rest of it will probably go on to the next admin job, the next administration job that we do. That's okay. Well, we've got some good equipment here. What's that? That's a class Xerion 4000. Now, I have been doing a little bit of research prior to coming out here, so I have a bit of an understanding of how all this stuff works. This one here is it's very similar to a baler in the sense that it picks up hay and straw. But what it does do is it mixes that hay and straw with molasses and molds little pellets out of that molasses and straw, and that is what is on sold as a product. So we've got a big pack baler here. Okay. Excuse me, sorry about that. What's that? It's a trailer. I wonder whether they've got any other trailers here. Now this bit here, this is it's basically it's like a bale stacker, but it doesn't stack bales on top of each other. What it does is stacks 3 bales side by side, and it connects to the back of this baler here. So the bale drops out on here, pushes to the side, then the one comes down the middle, and then it drops it onto the ground in a stack of 3, which makes for a lot easier loading. So that's pretty cool. It's a Colty plow, Agrosem International. That looks like a beast. I've used one of these before. Needs a lot of power to run. Hence, I guess, the T8 435. That's a nice tractor. I don't know how I'm going to go with these dual wheels because I'm not used to driving stuff on dual wheels, but alright, the Lexion 8900. That is a very nice piece of machinery. They picked up, I think they picked up 3 of these. I'm not sure what sort of deal they got by purchasing 3, but they also bought some other class harvesters as well at the same time. So just so you're aware, Global are obviously a global company. As I said, they purchase properties that require administration, that have gone into administration, properties that aren't running very well and are in lots of debt, and what they do with those companies is they send somebody like me as an administrator in to get those companies running again. They send all the equipment in, they send an administrator in, and they get everything running again. Once everything is running and running successfully, then basically what happens is me as the administrator coming in here doing this, I head off to another property that they've purchased and do the same thing, and then they send a manager in to manage these farms. So it's quite an interesting job. Let's have a look at what we've got in regards to I've got the map here in regards to property that was already owned by this farm before Global came in. And you can see there's 6 large areas there. Just having a sip of my coffee there. There's 6 large areas there. It looks like this area here is going to be relatively useless, judging by this the topography here, with a lake and all that type of stuff. We'll go and check that out in a sec. It looks like we have some good field area around here and here, and probably a little bit through here. So what we're going to try and do is utilize as much field area as we possibly can. I've actually been looking into the whole idea of straw harvesting and creating straw pellets. And I think what we need to do, what they've been doing previously here, is they've been mowing all of the grass and using that to create the hay, letting that dry into hay and using that to create the pellets. So, which I guess is good because all the grass and stuff is already there, but it also leaves a lot of impurities and stuff like that, because from what I read in the documentation, they hadn't actually seeded their own grass. What they've been doing is they've been using all of this wild grass, complete with weeds and stuff like that, and that's what's been going into the pellets. So the pellet product was second rate, you could say, I guess. Second rate in regards to product quality, purely because of what they were using, because they were using all the wild grass in these fields and stuff like that. So my idea was that what we need to do, well, firstly is probably create some fields, and we want to plant something like wheat or barley, because from what I've read, straw pellets are as good as grass pellets, and we could basically churn up all of this ground and just plant grass and turn it into hay. But I was thinking that if we do wheat or barley in here, possibly even oats, because that gives you some straw as well, then we're going to increase the quality, because we'll have control over the crops. So we're going to increase the quality of the product straight away. It's going to become a better product. But what it also does is it's also going to give us a byproduct, which is the hay or the barley or the wheat. Not the hay, sorry, the wheat or the barley or the oats. And that byproduct can also be something that can be on-sold, and we can utilize that to bring in extra profit. So doing the figures and stuff like that, that's what I've sort of decided would probably be the most appropriate way of doing this, and I think that's my plan. So we've got this area up here that we could utilize as a field as well. We've definitely got the power to be able to work this hill, so that should be okay. Got a lot of forest stuff up there, which I don't think it would be viable to clear all of that out, but we'll see how we go in the future, because it's definitely a possibility if we need to. But I think by the time we get all this, look, there's a lot of stuff here. There are some trees that are going to need to come down while we're creating these fields, but that's no drama, we can certainly do that. Some areas here that we won't be able to, it's going to be too much expense to get rid of those rocks and stuff. So alright, what else have we got here? So it's going to be a big task. I think the first thing on my agenda will probably be marking out some field boundaries. And by marking those field boundaries out, then when I get the contractors in, they'll understand what's happening and they'll know where they need to be working, so, and what boundaries they need to be working within. Alright, I'm not sure how far our property boundary goes. I will have a look at the GPS. Let's have a look at that. So all of this area here is, yeah, that's good. It's a big area, so we should be able to get a good harvest, and we should be able to get a lot of product out of these fields if we work them correctly and we work them smartly. So, all right, let's head back to the yard. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. A lot of work ahead of us. I'm probably going to have to clear some trees out of this area as well, so. Alright. I do want to have a look at the rest of the farm and the rest of the yard area here. So we might have a squiz at that before we do any actual work. Alright. Put the brake on there. Have a quick sip of coffee. Okay. Well, this to me looks like the production facility. What have we got? We've got a light there. Yes, we have. Alright, yes, this is the production facility. They've actually kept it in relatively good condition. It's pretty clean by the looks of it. Another overhead crane. A Manitou fork hopper. That would be that's the palletizer 24, so it looks like that's the bagging area, where it bags the pallets and seals them. We've got a conveyor belt through here. We've got pallets there, which means this will be a palletizer. So we'll bring the bags through here, drop them onto a pallet, and once that pallet's ready to go, they would come out here for loading, I guess. So, alright, that looks like a pretty good little production facility there. I might turn that light off for now. Oh. Come on. Come on. Okay. Haha, that door just keeps opening. Alright, well, we'll leave the lights on. I'll have to get a maintenance guy to look at that. Okay, lovely. Alright, what else do we have out here? Got a little John Deere trailer. I assume that goes on the back of that. Actually, that's probably going to be relatively handy for us. There's not much out here. Oh, a rickety old shed. I might have to get that pulled down, I'm not sure. It seems pretty useless. There's not much protection in there at all. What's this? Oh, okay, so they've dropped off a logging trailer as well. Alright, well, they're fully aware, obviously, that we do have trees that we do need to remove, so that's probably going to be handy. I'm not sure how long we're going to need that logging trailer for, but... Alright. So it looks like we've got quite a bit to do on this property. Starting with some trees, I think, so... Alright. I didn't close the workshop up, which I probably should have. There we go. Okay. Alright, well, we've got a lot of equipment there. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. But I'm up for the challenge. I'm up for the challenge. Hopefully this 300 grand, they normally give me 300 grand for a project like this, so 300 grand's alright. We just need to spend it wisely. Hence why I get paid what I do. This is a nice area through here. Absolutely lovely area. What we will consider once we've got this facility up and running correctly is probably going to need to build a residence for the farm manager that's going to move in here. So some of that excavation equipment could probably come in handy. We'll find a nice location for it, but that looks quite nice up there, so we'll probably look into that in the future. In the meantime, I'm going up to the office. I'm going to get a brew of coffee happening, because you can never have too much coffee, and I'll check in with you when we start doing some work. Alright guys, we will see you on the next vlog as we start our work and try and get this farm up and running and profitable. Thanks for watching, hit like, and I will see you next time. Bye.